what a tangled web we weave, when first we practice to deceive. Sir Walter Scott wrote those insightful lines in his 1808 epic poem, Merriman, A Tale of Flodden Field. Those words are relevant today when trying to untangle the left's lawsuit industrial complex that's waging a battle in the courts against North Carolina voters. What's at stake? Just who will control the drawing of congressional and legislative maps. Voters elect state legislators, and as part of their constitutional responsibility, those legislators redraw maps every decade following the census. And for nearly 100 years, Democrats who controlled the state legislature drew North Carolina's maps. Now, the GOP majority is drawing the maps. Because the Democrats can't win at the ballot box, they've created a tangled legal web. It's designed to overwhelm the courts and confuse the public. But the Carolina Journal's editor-in-chief, Donna King, just published a story titled Follow the Money: How Lawsuits Are Trying to Drive Your 2022 Elections. It includes this excellent infographic. It shows who is funding the left's special interest groups that are suing North Carolina. Notice George Soros and Eric Holder, but also Damon Circosta. He's the Roy Cooper-appointed chairman of the State Board of Elections. Circosta is also executive director of the A.J. Fletcher Foundation. That left-wing group funds Common Cause. Common Cause is suing to overturn the will of the people of North Carolina who voted for GOP lawmakers to draw election maps. Now, we counted more than 70 lawyers involved in these cases, and about 3/4 of them are part of the left's legal army. Included on that list is chief legal hypocrite and political hack Mark Elias. Now, you remember Elias. He was Hillary Clinton's campaign general counselor and peddler of the discredited Steele dossier. Simply put, voters are outgunned. And when you hear the left talk about fair maps, they mean maps that get Democrats elected, period, regardless of the will of North Carolina voters. That's why this comment from Bob Phillips, executive director of Common Cause North Carolina, is so absurd. Phillips said, "We look forward to taking our case to the state Supreme Court. We're confident that the people of North Carolina will ultimately prevail in our fight for fair maps." Phillips is going to the Democrat-controlled state Supreme Court to throw out the constitutionally directed maps drawn by the duly elected GOP-controlled legislature. Now, if Democrat Supreme Court justices go along with this obvious extreme injustice, then they'll be complicit in the left's lawsuit industrial complex, and they'll be part of an underhanded scheme to suppress North Carolina voters.